Oh, hey there.
Oh, hey there.
How's it going today, Kate?
I'm good. This is History Buffoons.
Buffoons. and this is the origin of weird.
Yes, and I am Kate.
And I am Bradley.
And I'm a little under the weather.
Yeah, you know, aren't we all? Because we live on planet Earth.
I mean, technically the weather is
Always above us.
always above us.
Yeah.
Unless you're rain and snow, and then it's below us sometimes.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, getting a little metaphysical.
A little deep.
Is that metaphysical? That's not the right word, is it?
That is definitely a word.
It is. I don't think it's the right context.
The correct one. I am not what you would call a smart man, but I do know what love
SMRT?
is. SMRT.
Okay, so this origin of weird is this kind of a fun one?
You had said that.
Yeah.
Because I had asked if you were ready for it, and you said, yeah, it's kind of fun. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear what kind of fun we can have here on the origin of weird.
We're going to talk about Lawn Chair Larry. Lawn Chair Larry.
I can see how you did Cherry because his name is Larry.
Lawn Chair Larry.
Lawn Cherry Larry. Okay. Lawn Chair Larry.
Yes.
Where is he from?
So he is. So his name is Larry Walters.
I would have never guessed his first name.
He is a California truck driver.
California.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But ever since he was a little boy, he actually wanted to fly.
Oh.
Yeah. So he grew some wings. No, I'm kidding.
So he bought a kite.
So he became a U.S. Air Force pilot.
What year are we talking about?
We're kind of in the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah. The year that we're going to talk about is 1982.
Oh, there you go.
But he wanted to become an Air Force pilot, but he had pretty poor eyesight.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really work.
Well, you know, that back then, because obviously there's lots of advancements with LASIK and all that today, which I do believe, I think we might have even talked about, they allow now, I believe.
Probably.
Because I think we talked about that in the astronaut one.
Oh, maybe.
I believe. Like, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. You were there.
Was I though? But no, I think they do allow certain LASIK surgeries to make it so you can go in the Air Force.
Yeah.
But back in 1982, not so much. You had to have 20/20 vision.
Yeah.
Not in fucking hindsight either.
So instead,
Yeah.
he went into the Army. He went into the Vietnam War. But by 1982,
Yeah.
he was still like in love with being up in the air, right? So
Did he jump a lot?
he did want to take to the skies. So you know what he did?
Built his own plane?
He bought a Sears brand.
Yeah.
You remember good old Sears,
I
the
do.
softer side of Sears, in fact.
Softer side of Sears?
Yeah, that was the brand name, or that was the jingle. Softer side of Sears.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, softer side
I used
of
to go to
Sears.
Sears a lot with my dad back in the day.
Because wasn't Sears more about like appliances and stuff, and then they started like doing clothes, and that's why they had the softer side of Sears.
Oh, I guess I don't know that, but because all I remember is they always had everything. But
Yeah.
back in the day, you could buy a house from them.
Huh?
They would. That's like all those box cookie cutter houses. You could buy a house from Sears, and they would ship all the stuff you need and plop it on your land.
Interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what a lot of those old, like, that's why a lot of houses look the same.
Yeah.
Because it was relatively inexpensive, but, you know, affordable for a lot more people kind of
Yeah.
thing. So, unless I'm thinking of the wrong brand, but I'm pretty sure it was Sears.
Well, he did buy a Sears lawn chair. You know, those like aluminum ones.
Oh, yeah.
And balloons.
Oh, and so he's like, let's take to the sky.
With balloons.
And cherries. I mean,
No.
Larry.
He said if he didn't pursue this dream, he was going to end up in the funny farm.
Well, I feel like the way he's going about it, should have went there anyways.
So in mid-1982, Walters and his girlfriend at the time, Carol Van Dusen, they bought dozens of large weather balloons
Oh, dear.
from like a military surplus store.
Sure.
and rented a bunch of helium tanks.
Okay.
They forged a requisition.
Requisition?
That's the one.
Yep.
To avoid questions.
Sure.
And obtained 45 8-foot weather balloons.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So to buy military grade weather balloons, Lair needed to go through like a military supplier.
Proper channels, yeah.
Yeah. So the vendors required proof of institutional affiliation, like university or agency.
Sure.
A requisition form,
Yeah.
basically a formal request showing you that you were who you were and
Why
what the balloons were for.
Why you're getting these, yeah. Yeah.
Larry faked one.
So, way to go, Larry.
He claimed that he was purchasing them for a project.
Well, he was.
One site said that it was for a weather experiment. Another site it was for a commercial shoot.
Commercial shoot. Okay.
So Walters attached the balloons to the aluminum lawn chair,
Yeah.
and he dubbed it Inspiration 1.
Wow. Okay.
So there were some curious cops that had rolled up and spotted Larry and his crew inflating what looked like rather suspicious situation going on.
Well, I mean, that's not a common sight in 1982. I mean, it's not a common sight in 2025, let alone 1982. Yeah. So,
well, he waved them off and said, "Oh, we're just shooting a commercial."
Was it for Levi jeans?
It was probably for Sears.
Well, you'd hope so. That's where he bought his chair from.
So he anchored the chair to his Jeep while he was inflating the balloons.
Okay.
And to prepare for his adventure, Walters assembled a little like survival kit.
I was gonna say, did he have like a snack cart or beverage cart? So
Kind of, yeah.
In-flight snacks and stuff?
So he had a parachute and a life jacket. Of course, no seatbelt.
Why would you need one?
You know, apparently.
Yeah.
He had an altimeter to measure height.
Altimeter?
I like altimeter.
I mean, we can start calling it that. Can you check the speedometer and let us know how fast we're going?
The speedometer. Say it now.
Altimeter?
Altimeter, but it's altimeter.
Yeah, and it's also speedometer.
He had a compass for direction and a CB radio for communication. He's a trucker, right?
That'd be like calling it a taco meter instead of a. Now I'm just screwing up the words in my brain. Sorry. All right, yeah.
So I was like, who the heck is he trying to get a hold of?
Yeah.
Up in the air with a CB radio. So
other truckers?
So there are like radio operators under the agency React.
Okay.
And they monitored emergency CB channels and relayed distress calls to authorities.
Like Breaker 19, I'm in trouble here.
Exactly.
I'm flying through a serious cloud. Wait, sorry.
Cirrus cloud. Such a dork. Okay, so he also had plastic water jugs as ballasts.
Sure, kind of like what they have the weights on, like a hot air balloon kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So he would dump the water and lighten the load if needed.
Yeah, right.
He had sandwiches for snacking.
So I suppose he could probably pee in them to make them heavier and go down, right? And they had snacks, what? No, I mean, I'm not wrong.
Nothing was mentioned in my research about that.
I didn't even want to ask the question.
He had 2 liters of Coca-Cola, and he had a 6-pack of beer.
You've watched, I think you've said you've watched Super Troopers once, right?
Yes.
It's just like Farva ordering a liter of cola. That's just brought that to mind, so sorry. I'll have to show you a clip. To the clip. Sorry.
He also brought a BB pellet gun to shoot at the balloons.
To pop them if necessary.
Well, when he wanted to descend.
Right, and or birds.
Sure.
I mean, could be a seagull flying to your face.
I mean, you never know.
That'd be bad.
So Walter's plan was to float lazily up a few dozen feet and then drift northeast over the Mojave Desert before using the pellet gun to pop balloons and come down.
Right.
That didn't happen.
I can't believe it didn't go according to plan with what he's doing.
Yeah.
That is
it's so scientific.
super surprising because it sounds foolproof.
It really is. He
Yeah.
put a lot of thought into this.
I mean, he had an altimeter and everything, so.
Shush. On July 2nd,
Yes.
1982,
Ooh.
Walters cut the cord anchoring Inspiration 1, and it shot up like a rocket.
Do you think he's like, Carol, I'm going up?
He had hoped to hover at about 30 feet altitude.
He probably looked at the altimeter for that.
Say what it is. What is it again?
Altimeter.
Altimeter. Okay, but he didn't quite go 30 feet.
Oh, and he had how many balloons? Was it 8 or
Oh,
more?
no.
It was more, right?
Oh, no. There was 45,
That seems
and
like
they were 8 foot each.
8 foot. That's where I was mixing the number up in my brain.
Yeah.
45. How did he attach 45 8-foot weather balloons to a lawn chair from Sears? Even if it was from the softer side of Sears. That's not a very small. I mean, I don't know what their weight capacity is per a balloon.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how much he weighed. How much did
He was
Larry
a smaller
weigh?
guy.
Was he?
Yeah.
Clearly,
I mean, it
because
was in the 80s, so everybody was pretty much smaller, but
I was smaller in 1982.
yeah, me too. I wasn't born yet.
I was also 2.5 at this time. Or a
Okay.
little over, but either way.
So from the ground, Larry's girlfriend pleaded with him over the two-way radio to start popping balloons and come back, because he was
Larry!
getting a little bit farther than 30
He's
feet,
like,
right?
Come in, Larry. This is Carol. You're going too fast.
You're going too fast, too far.
I'm losing sight. I see your shoe.
But Larry says, quote, I wasn't going to hassle with her because no way in heck, after all this, my life, the money we'd sunk into this thing to just come down. No way in heck. I was just going to have a good time up there, end quote.
Oh, my word.
Okay. So
Yeah.
he didn't make it to 30 feet. He didn't make it to 100 feet. He didn't make it to 1,000 feet. He went 16,000 feet high.
How was he breathing?
Well, it's got a little chilly up there for him, he said.
and the oxygen level at 16,000 feet can't be as good as it is at 30 feet. I mean, I've been up a 14,000 plus foot mountain, and it gets a little rough.
Yeah. He's about 3 miles high.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Walter said that he was astonished by how quickly he shot up into the clouds.
Again, 45 8-foot balloons.
Up at that altitude, lacking oxygen, kind of feeling the bitter cold up there. He found
Yeah.
himself both exhilarated but also a bit terrified.
Well, he wasn't even seatbelted in, so.
Oh, and guess what? He lost his eyeglasses.
Oh, did he just go up too fast that they just fell off? Or did he look down and be like, bye, Carol, shit?
He probably just looked down.
Yeah, I would think so.
So strong winds blew him into the approach path of the Long Beach, Los Angeles International Airport area, right into controlled airspace.
Oh, dear.
He drifted over Southern California, and Walters used his CB radio to call for help, admitting to a monitoring citizen band group react
Yeah.
that, quote, this was an unauthorized balloon launch, end quote, and he knew he was in federal airspace.
Jesus Christ.
Air traffic controllers were already aware of something odd
I'm sure they were.
because 2 airline pilots
Saw him.
saw him.
Yeah, and they probably rated him. We're seeing something funny out the window here.
Yeah, LAX, there's something that I can't quite describe ahead of me.
There's a UFO. I mean, it's
I
unidentified.
mean, it is.
So, yeah, we might need to send out somebody.
So the pilot of a passing TWA airliner radioed the tower to report a man in a lawn chair floating at 16,000 feet holding a pistol in his hand.
Oh, my word.
Because that far, you can't tell it was just a BB gun, but yeah.
Fuck no. Not at all.
And the tower initially thought it was a joke, but of course radar was like, nope, there's an object right there. Looks like a Larry to me.
Is that Larry again? Shit, Larry.
Walter spent between 90 minutes to 2 hours in the sky.
Wow, that's impressive.
So eventually he started working up the nerve to start his descent. So he used his pellet gun to shoot out a few balloons, probably about 7 of them.
Okay.
And he was pretty careful not to like unbalance his quote unquote aircraft.
Well, yeah, his launcher. Yeah.
So he did begin to sink slowly.
Okay.
But then Walters, not having planned this very well,
Yeah.
dropped something very important.
His BB gun?
His BB gun.
I feel like he should have had that, I don't know,
Strapped in.
tethered to the lawn chair or himself.
And that's exactly what he said.
Oh, well, see, look at go Larry. We think alike.
Yes.
Okay.
So, describing his dilemma over the radio, Walters joked that he was in trouble one way or another. He'd either eventually plummet, get sucked into a jet engine, or get busted when he finally landed.
Well, I feel like he already called it in and other people saw it, so I feel like he's getting busted anyways.
So later, the Federal Aviation Association, the FAA, estimated that if Larry had not popped these 7 balloons before losing his gun, he would have ascended to 50,000 feet and been a popsicle.
How did they guess that, I guess? Because wasn't he kind of like steady at that for a while?
I would imagine so. Of course, it didn't say that he shot up to 16,000 feet,
right?
But over the course of this 90 minutes to 2 hours, he got up to 16.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
That's
so
what I would imagine.
I suppose he would just keep going.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, with no pellet gun, Walters had to improvise.
Did he have a knife with him or anything? Start cutting them loose?
Well, not exactly, but he did start removing the water from the water jugs, the ballasts.
Why would you want to remove the water? Wouldn't that make it lighter?
Yeah. Why would that work?
Because you'd want to add weight, not remove weight.
Yeah. It literally says in my research that he poured water out from his jugs to lighten the chair's weight.
Yeah, because that's what it would do, but then it would make you go up.
Well, now I'm confused. Okay, mark the time because I'm going to look this up real quick. Okay, I've got an answer.
Okay. And we're back.
So this was not in my immediate research. So if you remove water from the ballast,
Yeah.
you would be making like a horizontal change.
Okay.
So he was probably moving towards the ocean at this point.
Yeah.
And so dumping some of the ballast would have pushed him back horizontally over ground.
I guess that. Okay.
And then with the balloons that were popped, it would just be a really slow, gradual descent.
Right. You'd be dropping on the altimeter.
Would you?
Sorry.
No, but that's excellent. I'm glad you asked that because, that didn't make sense to me.
Me either. So, okay.
So, Inspiration 1 did start to lose altitude, and he drifted for several miles, and he got to the point of being about 30 feet above ground.
Oh, I feel like you could jump from there.
Yeah, he was.
It's only 3 stories.
He was flying over houses, essentially.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And he ended up dangled in a bunch of cables, power line cables.
I was going to say he's probably going to hit some power lines there, but yep,
Sure
there
did.
it is. Yeah.
Sure did.
Okay.
And of course, it caused a power outage in the area for about 20 minutes.
I'm not surprised. I'd be shocked if it didn't.
So Larry says, quote, "The chair went over this guy's house, and I nestled into these power lines hanging about 8 feet under the bottom strand. If I'd come in a little higher, the chair would have hit the wires and I could have been electrocuted. I could have been dead, and Lord knows what else."
Lord knows what else. What else would there be besides death? I mean, okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised that he hit some power lines, especially if he's, traveling at 30 feet. So how far away was he from his home at this point?
I don't know. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't read that.
That's all right.
Okay, so Larry also continued Quote, it's ironic because the guy that owned the house, he was out reading his morning paper on a chaise lounge next to his swimming pool. And, just the look on the guy's face, like he hears the noise as I scraped across his roof, and he looked up and he sees this pair of boots and the chair floating right over him under the power lines. Right? He sat there mesmerized just looking at me. After about 15 seconds, he got out of his chair. He said, hey, do you need any help? And guess what? It turns out he was a pilot, an airline pilot on his day off, end quote.
Wow. What are the chances that he lands in an airline pilot's backyard? I was going to suggest, because you said he pool, and like he should have looked for a pool and jumped into it or something, but...
So Walters managed to climb down to the ground unharmed. Few witnesses had gathered at this point.
I would imagine so.
He hadn't crashed, hadn't been fried by the power lines, and he hadn't been sucked into a jet engine. So I would call that a success, right?
I mean, yeah.
He was safe, but he was promptly arrested.
Well, yeah.
Once he was back on solid ground.
I'm not surprised.
A swarm of local police who had been tracking the spectacle were on site to greet the fallen chair. Walters stepped off of Inspiration 1 and into the custody of the Long Beach Police Department.
Right.
And when reporters at the landing site pressed him for why he did such a thing, Walters had the perfect deadpan one-liner ready. He said, quote, a man can't just sit around, end quote.
But that's all he was doing. I mean, I'm not wrong, right?
So... Walters, the authorities who arrested Walters didn't quite know what law he had broken yet.
But I'm sure they figured that out.
Yeah. Flying a lawn chair with balloons wasn't exactly in the aviation handbook.
In the books,
yeah. So one FAA safety inspector said at the time, quote, we know he broke some part of the Federal Aviation Act, and as soon as we decide what part it is, a charge will be filed, end quote.
Oh, jeez. That's funny.
And one official said, well, if he had a pilot's license, we'd just yank that, but he doesn't have one.
No. Hopefully they didn't revoke his lawn chair privileges. That'd be terrible.
So the FAA cited Walters for operating an aircraft in controlled airspace without establishing contact with air traffic control. So they slapped him with a $4,000 fine.
Oh, shit.
Which in today's money is $13,000.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Walter appealed.
I'm sure.
He argued that Inspiration 1 was not technically an aircraft in the legal sense. It was a Sears lawn chair with balloons.
I mean, it's not in the legal sense.
He didn't endanger anyone, no injuries, no collisions, just a short blackout.
Short blackout.
It was a
minutes.
personal stunt, not commercial or a repeated violation.
Right.
So the FAA reduced the penalty to $1,500 or $5,000 today.
Okay.
So more serious sounding charges like operating a craft without an airworthiness certificate were dropped. A lawn chair couldn't really be classified in the usual categories.
No, not so much.
So despite the legal reprimand, Walters became like this little folk hero. He was on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, The Late Night with David Letterman.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And he said being on Letterman was the most fun he'd ever had.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Better than Carson?
Apparently that beat him flying. I don't know.
I guess because he did it legally.
He also got the infamous Darwin Award.
What is that?
So basically, it's a award for people who do the most stupid things.
Oh,
yeah, kind of like the Razzie Awards or something.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So Larry himself remained humble about all the attention. He said that I didn't think that by fulfilling my goal in life, my dream, that I would make people laugh and create such a stir.
Wow.
So for a brief time, Larry rode this wave of fame. He tried to become a motivational speaker.
Oh, jeez.
Audiences were curious for a while, but it just never kind of panned out into something more than that.
Yeah, it didn't really catch on. It was just like the 50 minutes of fame type thing. And then
exactly.
it just fizzled out because people moved on to something else that they didn't care about.
So one regrettable decision Walters made was in the aftermath, a young neighborhood boy named Jerry was inspired by Inspiration One.
Oh, dear.
So Walters, in the excitement after the flight, he gave the chair to the boy. Not a big deal. It's just like, here, have this.
Yeah, but did he try it himself then?
Well, no. But years later, the Smithsonian Institution
wanted
the chair.
Oh, wow.
I know. And Walter was like, oh, crap, I don't have it anymore. But Jerry, decades later, Jerry, who still had the chair, contacted a historian and eventually donated Larry's original lawn chair to the National Air and Space Museum.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So today it is on display.
Wow.
Yes.
Any of the balloons with it or no? Just the chair?
I think they faked balloons,
I'm sure they did.
But the ballasts are still there and everything like that.
What color was the chair?
I don't know. The pictures that I've seen are mostly black and white.
Right.
But I'd have to look that up.
No, that's okay. I was just curious if you knew.
Yeah. So he did end up dying at 44 years old.
That early?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a little depressing how.
Oh.
Yeah.
How? Tell me later.
He committed S.
Why?
I don't know. I think he just got really depressed. I think he realized his dream a little bit too soon in life, maybe.
That's so. How old was he when he did this? I don't remember.
Well, he died in 1993, and this took place in 82.
So he was 33 when he did this?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So this actually became an extreme sport. So they called it cluster ballooning. So there were a couple other people after him who tried to do this. Most notably, a guy named Kent Couch. He was an Oregon gas station owner, and he was famous for launching lawn chair balloon voyages in the 2000s.
Oh, wow.
In one flight, he traveled 240 miles using 105 balloons with a BB gun.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And Couch did repeat this stunt multiple times.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, so that is the story of Lawn Chair Larry.
You almost said cherry again.
Lawn Cherry Larry.
That's funny. Well, I mean, wait for him to have some ambition. Unfortunately, sorry to hear about how it ended, but
yeah,
at least he was able to see his Inspiration One rise to the occasion. So,
boom, boom.
Well,
I suppose.
All right, buffoons. That's it for today's episode.
Buckle up because we've got another historical adventure waiting for you next time. Feeling hungry for more buffoonery? Or maybe you have a burning question or a wild historical theory for us to explore?
Hit us up on social media. We're History Buffoons Podcast on YouTube, X, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also email us at historybuffoonspodcast@gmail.com. We are Bradley and Kate. Music by Corey Akers.
Follow us wherever you get your podcasts and turn those notifications on to stay in the loop.
Until next time, stay curious and don't forget to rate and review us.
Remember, the buffoonery never stops.